This anime is all about a cappella, and if you do not know, a cappella is where you have a song composed only of vocals, no instruments, no sound effects, only the sound of your voice. Now that you know what a cappella is, let's talk about the anime. Now we have our main character Uta, who wants to join the pop music club, but the only problem is that she is super shy. But unlike other animes where the shyness is not all that interesting to watch, her shyness is actually combined with the same level of negativity, and with both of them combined together, actually makes her such a riot to watch because she's always going like, like for example, she wanting to join the pop music club. She thinking, oh, they're so popular, shiny, oh, even though that I want to join, I'm so unworthy to be on their presence, and she says stuff like that throughout the episodes. But even though that she is super shy and negative, she is able to actually express herself quite openly, even though that sometimes you have to push it out of her, but she's able to express herself in a negative way, but she's still able to express herself. But even though that she day after day after day was trying to join the pop music club and failing, she inadvertently captured the attention of the entire student body with her wacky antics and having a entire student body looking towards her, and it could not be me. I would run away so quickly. But because of all of that, she captured the attention of the member of the a cappella club. She got scouted and shown that harmonizing with other people is equally or even more fun than just simply singing by yourself. And not only Uta, later on we got joined by other two new club members, one of them being Jacko, who has such a low tone of voice that I actually thought for a minute that she was being voice acted by a man. But no, after watching the VA, she was actually voice acted by a woman, which is very impressive because intentionally getting your tone of voice go that low, very impressive. And there's another character that later on joined, also called Uru, and she was scouted by the club president. And honestly, she for me didn't make much sense because she was simply doing a video on MeTube, this anime's version of YouTube, and she was simply doing some big boxing, some random noises, and the club president saw talent, I guess, and scouted her. And to me, it did not make sense because if you see the episode, she was simply going stuff like that. And if like me putting that what I just did out there, and somebody just sending me a message saying, "Oh, do you want to join our a cappella group or what have you?" And to me, it didn't make sense, but for the club president, it did. And later after that, okay, they have their entire a cappella group, where honestly, I would have wished that they would have explained a little bit more because yeah, you have the general description that I just gave you at the beginning what an a cappella group is, but the different group, different tones, the different position that each a cappella group member does, they only touch upon that very briefly in one episode. It wasn't even a full minute. They just so I would have wished that they would have gone into more detail of explaining the different positions of every member of a cappella group does. And after the first episode, where Uta joined the a cappella group, from the second episode onwards, I noticed that for some reason they were dangling the carrots right in front of us. Each episode, they were each time that they were going to practice singing a cappella, they did two things. Either one, they only sang for like 5 to 10 seconds and that's it. Or as soon as they open their mouth, they just simply skip ahead when it's all over. So after I was waiting, when are they going to sing at least more than 1 minute of an a cappella song? Because this is an anime about a cappella. I want to hear some a cappella. And it wasn't all the way until episode 6 that we finally got to hear a proper a cappella song, where that was, I won't say the beginning of the end, but that even though that the student body were applauding, saying, "Oh yes, it was such a good song, encore, another one," the one of the club group members, Musubu, was not satisfied. She was so angry. She was thinking, how can you be content with the level of performance? Yes, the student body were being happy, but some of you were off tone. Some of you were in your beat, were a little bit behind. She was just simply infuriated with the rest of the club members because she wants to take this seriously. She, after finishing high school, she wants to debut and become a professional singer, just like her mother. But while the rest of the group are saying, "We did a good performance," can't you hear the applause going out there? And the club president interferes, saying, "Okay, technically both of you are not wrong because Musubu has what you would call a perfect pitch. That means that different level of musical notes that a regular person might not hear, she is able to hear it. But the rest of the group are just even they're taking it just seriously, but they cannot hear the perfect pitch like Musubu can, so they cannot go towards such a high standard as her. And like I said at the beginning, honestly, when the episode, I watched the episode, I was in Musubu's corner. I was okay. Obviously, she's taking this more seriously. The other members are only doing it, some of them, not all of them. Some of them are only doing this for shit and giggles. Some of them are even holding back and not doing reaching their full potential because they don't want to outstage another member. So I get Musubu being angry, but after they explaining in more detail of why she is more angry, I was actually becoming resentful towards Musubu because after they got their falling out, they got together trying to be considerate towards her and making a reach an understanding. Uta and the rest of the club members were beginning to practice hard, trying to reach Musubu's high standards, to try to reach her halfway, so that so Musubu can understand that they are taking this club as serious as she is. But Musubu wasn't she didn't do anything to reach them halfway. Her, I think that the most that she did was simply saying, okay, I'm sorry," and that's it. I was waiting for one episode for towards Musubu doing some gesture, doing something to to express that, okay, I think that my standards are a little bit too high. I have perfect pitch, and you do not have the same skill or level of hearing that I have. So I am going to lower a little bit my standards, meet you halfway, so we can have fun in our capella group. And it never happened. I think that that's the reason why I became resentful towards Musubu, because the rest of the club members met her halfway and she didn't. But uh, at least they were able by the end of it reach an understanding. But before I finish, there's one more thing that I want to say, because in later episodes they show another a cappella group that are more a professional level, doing, I won't say concert, but doing selling out small theaters. And I swear, I swear that that new a cappella group that they show after episode 6 and onward, I thought that the way that they were speaking, the way that they were talking, like they have so much history with some of our main group of characters, I thought that for a moment that this anime was actually a spin-off of another anime, because they were just talking about all of this history that these certain characters have with one another. But no, this is not a spin-off. This is a one and off type of anime. So that's a thing that I think I was bothered by this anime, because the expression show don't tell. Well, this anime with that new a cappella group were doing a lot of telling and not enough showing, because they were just talking about, again, like they have all of this history, but we the viewers see nothing of it. This anime has only 10 episodes, and I think that this should have been at least 11, have at least one flashback episode to show what happened in the past, because right now we're completely in the dark. So, with all that said, I am going to give this anime a score of 4, a 4 out of 10. Honestly, the acapella in this anime was not all that impressive. You can search for a cappella group on YouTube. There are so much higher level than this anime had to offer. If you want to simply hear one of the a cappella songs of this anime, just search the title of the anime and look at the opening song, because the opening song of this anime is sung in a cappella form, and it was one of the songs that they sang in I think it was episode 9. So if you want to hear an a cappella of this anime, just simply hear the opening song of this anime, and that's it. So that's all I have for you. So have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're from, and see you next video.